The Panzer Kampfwagen 7. Tier 10 German heavy tank that leads an interesting line, really. This line used to lead to the Mouse, the VK4502A and the 4502B, but now they lead to the 7. And the 7, while rear-mounted, doesn't play quite like the VKB does. The VKB, tier for tier, is the better upper plate, better lower plate, better side armor, better turret armor, pretty much better everything. Once you get the tier 10, you kind of feel like a downgrade. But your gun is nice. That's pretty much the only redeeming factor, is the gun. The turret, you can pen through the mantlet, you can pen through the turret cheeks, you can pen through this turret ring, even though they quote-unquote buffed it. Lower plate is easily penned from the front, if not angled properly. There is always a weak spot showing on this tank, and it's obvious and easy to hit. This machine gun port, however, on the front is not a weak spot, despite the fact that it looks like one. And so today, I'm going to be pulling out and hopefully showing you guys how to play it. Now, my setup on this tank is gun armor, vertical stabilizer, and what is this, advanced armor? Yeah, advanced armor, so I take 5% less damage, and my commander also takes 5% less. So I'm taking 10% less damage per shell that pens me. I also turn faster, and I get my tracks up faster. That's what I've gone for in this tank, and better gun handling, better DPM, all that jazz. And that's how I think you should have this tank set up. 560 alpha, 258 standard pen, 315 premium pen. It is basically a nerfed Jagdtiger gun. On PC, it has the actual Jagdtiger gun, and it's amazing. We don't have that here yet, but maybe we will soon. But for now, let's pull it out, and I'll show you how I play it. Airfield. 2 piggies. Corner spawn for them. That's weird. Okay, we're gonna go fight them, though. Not the piggies, hopefully, but I'm sure it will be the piggies. You are slow. You are faster than the other German heavies. In a straight line. I think, as far as the German heavies go, the E100 is the best, by far. You've got health, you've got armor, you've got a nice gun. You can angle it, you can hide your weak spots. You can bait people. This tank, especially on a map like this, is gonna struggle. But we're gonna do our best here. This lower plate is thick. It's just flat and big. And you can actually bait with it. And that's what I'm going to try to do when I fight people, is bait with that track. Bait with that lower plate. Get them to shoot it. That's what we want. This guy's going to get dunked on the left. Nope. The thing about these spawns is they already have tanks on the left. So driving up here is very, very dangerous. Yay, there goes 250 health. See, look, I'm gonna give him a lot of my lower plate for him to shoot. Like, that's how you want to play it. Just give him as much of your lower plate as possible. Like this. Watch. Ready? Boop. And just let them bounce one by one by one. This is a cluster of epic proportions. I'll just take this spot then. Dude, this guy really wants my spot. And I'm just not gonna give it to him. It's my spot. Cool. He bounced. Him. I'm gonna keep giving more of my lower plate than I need to, or than they think I need to. Good shot by the arty. And by that I mean he just shot me. Okay. Let's pull back so we don't get set on fire. By the 140. shooting heat now, so we're gonna angle like that. Nothing. Drop him there. And take all that assist. Wow, the piggy has a run. One of them has, anyway. Fuel tank is hit. Jagdpanzer's left. We're gonna fix that. Unfortunate. No extra damage for the clone guy. We got penned, I think, once this game. By, yeah, we got penned once. That was all already. 2,500 damage blocked. Yeah. Have fun with it. Let's see. Ah, we get the steel wall. The scoochies. Let's do another one. That one wasn't overly impressive. A big map for a big tank. We'll do our best here. Get the gun working, get the armor working. There's so many tank destroyers these days. So many. Having normal armor, normal super armor, is what I'm going to call it, is not very beneficial anymore. Like, this tank used to be good. It used to be armored. It used to be able to just win. If you knew how to play it. You knew how to get the gun working, get the armor working, get people to bounce off of you, stuff like that. But now, you can't. It's just tank destroyers. Everyone has a Death Star. Everyone has a Turan. Ruthless. Like, there's so much pen in the game. Which is why these tanks are kind of dumb and irrelevant and don't mean anything. They don't. They're a waste of space, a waste of breath to play these days. And we're going to try to get it to work. I mean, especially when you have the Rogal Dorn, Lehman, Ross. Like, those things have armor. Those block shells, block damage without a brain. Anyone who plays on and like loses my respect. That's just as cancerous as the Avery. Yay, armor. Mouse or an E100 would have blocked that shot at that angle. He just pumped straight through. You don't have side armor. You don't have spaced armor on the side. It's a very disappointing machine. Did I push into an E3? Nah, we'll go this way. See if we can find some more rot. There he is. That's too bad. Light tank. YOLO'd. Now he's pinging. Imagine dying in your light tank after YOLOing and then pinging. It's not my fault I died, guys. Spotted me. I can't push any further than that. Oh! Yay! Glad to be shot and set on fire by Artie. Such skill by him. I need to take notes. Oh! It's talent! Not a good map again. Third time in a row. I was just not being allowed anything. I've got a 30% win rate today after 13 games. But I get streamer RNG, remember, guys. As if. Nope, sometimes you just have bad games. Bad days. Let's see what we can do with this. can't win in my Pz.Kpfw. I lost in my TVP, lost in my AMX, lost in my Manticore, lost in my CGC. Shh. I've only won one in this. But we're gonna try to do something. I thought about going hill, but there's just not enough people to shoot to go hill. They don't have a team set up to go hill, so. There he is. I'm out of it. Thanks, guys. I didn't get any of that. I wasn't spotting him, apparently. He's too far away from me. He shot me in the side, that hurt. Okay. We're where we want to be. Now we can climb up here. I think a grill shot or something. Well, that's okay. I didn't want to do damage anyway. It was just the side turret. Maybe this time I can do something? Dude, this armor is so bad. Look where he penned. Did you see that? Standard shell, straight through. This tank leaves so much to be desired. It's like, they were like, you know the FV-25B? You know how bad that tank is? What if we made it worse? What if we made one that's even worse? It literally has nothing going for it. It doesn't have DPM. It doesn't have gun handling. It doesn't have mobility. It's the same thing, but worse. Dude, that's genius. That is the Panzer 7. You get 7 fire too, and ammo rack. You get ammo rack more in this because your weak spot is your ammo rack. Okay. Through my turret again? I thought he went through my engine deck. Nope, he went through my turret, guys. Oh my goodness. Who thought this tank was a good idea? The buff did nothing. Like, what was the buff? What was the buff? Right? Did nothing. Infuriates can pen you on the move. Golly. Looks like I should have gone hill. I wasn't expecting their entire team to go there. We actually would have had a fighting chance if we went hill. Kill him. Why is there a Death Star? Also. I'm alone. Like, frighteningly alone. The Ariat is coming up behind me. Survived the Death Star. That's good news. I'm not surviving the girlfriend. Oh! Yay, I'm on fire. This tank is awesome. Oh, great. They've matched me against a Rogal Dorn. Because clearly this tank is capable of going toe-to-toe with Rogal Dorn. The Rogal Dorn is literally the Avery, but with armor. Like, it's the same kind of concept where it's just an easy RBRT tank. You don't need to know how to play the game. You can go sideways in the tank block shells. It needs to have another Rogal Dorn. Like, you need to make them wait. Like, if somebody pulls out a Rogal Dorn, it's like, oh, you're in a Rogal Dorn, then you have to wait until another Rogal Dorn is on the enemy team. Because it's just... it's a win. It just wins. Like, we lose this one already. Because this is the heavy tank that I'm playing. And I have to go against a Rogal Dorn. Maybe I just press A now. I don't know. We're gonna try to use the one trick that this tank has, and that's a really good lower plate. Angled, anyway. But that tank also has a really good lower plate. In fact, he's got a really good everything that we have to go up against. Oh well. We're gonna try. This looks like Lakeville and Himmelsdorf had a child this town. Upper does 2 kills. Where's everyone? Like 2 people have been spotted and 2 of our guys are already dead. Oh, look what I found. Does that thing have a weak spot? I feel like it should. What do I do? How do I penetrate a Rogal Dorn when it's sideways, guys? So anyway. Just shoot me. You can have it. Oh, he's sideways. No, that's his butt. We can actually pen that, surprisingly. No. Whatever. I didn't want to win anyway. Do we hug? And then let our team flank him? I think we do. I think that's the only way we win. Nice lower plate you've got there. It would be a shame if somebody were to bounce off of it with their premium rounds. Now what do I do? How do you penetrate a Rogal Dorn? Do you realize how, like, retarded this is? Funny enough, I'm actually more afraid of this guy. Because if he flanks me, I can't really do anything. I have to kill this guy so fast. Lower, or only weak spot he's got, and I bounced. Why does it have no weak spots? ram him? Why did you ram him? Alright guys, I've got a side. Oh. Why does this tank exist the way it does? He's literally brain dead. Oh, gosh. I can't. How do you make this tank work? You don't. Look, we blocked 6,000 damage. The only game we could have actually had a good game. The only time we're gonna win today. And we had a freaking Rogal Dorn with 2.5 brain cells rubbing together. And he won. Golly. Why would you play anything else? When you have this? Who blocks 8,000 damage, 8,000, almost 600, from a player who has a 48% win rate. I'm currently at 21.43% win rate today. Which, by the way, my overall is 65%. That completely destroys any argument that someone has saying that players don't impact the game. That any single player does not impact the game. Because they tell me the only reason I have a high win rate is because the game gives me good teams. Well, obviously that's not true, is it? Which means those 65% wins are earned. Imagine that. Imagine a simple game session completely derailing your entire theory. Your entire theory based on one comment by one Belarusian guy who has no merit in wargaming whatsoever, just a low-end lackey who says one thing on stream one time, and there's no fact checks whatsoever done. But hey, he said it. I don't know this man at all, but I'm going to bet my entire World of Tanks career on what he just said. Great idea. Because I'm not bad at the game. I can't possibly be bad at the game. I'm losing the game. It can't be my fault. Imagine. Narcissism. Let's move on. And shoot some tanks with the worst heavy tank at tier 10. How do you play this tank? You don't. You sell it. You run while you can. You go, VK4502A, not a very good tank. I don't care that there's one player in particular who says it's a good tank. It's not a good tank. BKB, it's a decent tank, but is it worth it? Not really. Like, this line, it's just not, you know? Not worth it. You get to the Tiger P, and you go, do I want the VK? Grind that horrible line? Or do I want the mouse? I think you want the mouse. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say, I think you want the mouse. But watch what we can do. There is one trick, which I've been trying to demonstrate in this tank, which we can pull off. We're gonna get real close to this guy, get him to shoot us with his Hesh, so that he splash kills our 268. It's gonna be hilarious. Here, let me take the inside. Wow. Great play. Nuts. 2, 3. He's like, wait a minute, what? That's right. I'm not shooting the 57 Heavy. I'm shooting the Ruthless. You can hyper angle your front. That's about all you've got going for you in this tank. But since he's firing Hesh, I'm not really afraid of him at all. Oh, lower plate. Oh. Ah! Fire again. Ah! 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 I got trapped. Ah! Sideways. Ah! I bounced off the T-57 Heavy so that I couldn't kill him. Ah! So that I was sideways in front of a Ruthless. Ah! Can't wait for my win rate to drop below 20% with this one! What a day! What a tank! What a game! If you don't have one, make sure you sell your soul and go grind yourself a VK4502A. And with that 4502A and your 200 millimeters of standard penetration and your 0 degrees of gun depression, make sure you grind yourselves a horrible tank that looks like a duck at tier 8, and then you get to a VK4502B, which is slow and has a horrible lower plate and gets set on fire from the front and has, again, guess what? No degrees of gun depression. The E75 laughs at it as the E75 goes 12 kilometers an hour faster, has a huge 1200 horsepower engine, and guess what? Has 8 degrees of gun depression. But wait, if you're not done there, then grind yourself all the way to tier 10 to a tank that makes the FV215B look like a Rogal Dorn. In comparison, this tank is garbage. How do you make this tank work? I will show you in great detail how you make this tank work. 1 second. I'm going to put the equipment that you absolutely need on this tank to make it work. Are you ready? You do not need a gun rammer. You do not need the vertical stabilizer. You do not need the advanced armor. In fact, you don't even need the tank. There we go. Sold. Done. Now, how do we make the tank work? We play anything else. And bada bing, bada boom. You've made the tank work. Well done. Save your money. Save your mind. Don't get it. If you want to get, a tank that's exactly the same, but has the E100 gun and is inferior to the E100 every single way, you could also waste your money on the VK7201K, which has the same exact armor layout. You could do that as well. You could. Or you could grind for an E100, which, let me show you the grind real quick. Let me just show you this to you, okay? It might boggle the mind, okay? You start with the Panzer IV-A, which is a stud at tier 3. You get an amazing gun. You just have to upgrade it. Boom, amazing gun. And then you get a DW2, which has super pref matchmaking, meaning you are never going to fight even tier 5s. You're just top tier every single time. And you have another good gun. Then you have the VK3001H, okay? Amazing gun. Amazing. It's the same gun as the Awful Panther, okay? It's a 75mm, which is disgusting. Then you get the VK3601 Heavy, which goes 50 kilometers an hour. I have it going 55. And you have like 3,000 DPM. It's disgusting. Then you have the Tiger 1, an amazing 280 alpha gun now these days. Huge amounts of health. Amazing gun handling and accuracy. Oh, pristine. Then you get a gun that's even better on the Tiger 2. You're more accurate, better gun handling, better well, not better DPM, but you have 360 alpha now. Now you have armor that works. It teaches you how to side scrape, and you're mobile. Then you have an E75, which is just a Tiger 2, but hey, you know what? Let's just make it better. And it's just better. Then you have the E100, which is an amazing tier 10. It has an absurd upper plate, a decent lower plate, a good turret armor that you can angle. This tank just works and it just wins 2,800 health. In fact, it feels more mobile, as far as I can tell. It feels more mobile than the VK. But anyway, that's just my rant, my tangent today. Yeah, sorry. You don't make it work. That's how you make it work. You play any other tier 10 heavy tank. That's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, and subscribe, and take a look at my win rate now. Oh my goodness, my win rate at the moment. I'm still waiting. I'm reacting before it is. This 23.08%. I'm confused as to how it went up when I lost the last game. Oh, it's not keeping track of all my games. Look, it only says I only played the tank once. Okay, well, in 15 games, we've won, 3. 15 games, we won 3. So we're sitting at 20% win rate. So, nice. That's it. I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.